Focus Home Interactive. Mars. The final frontier.
I'm gonna make sure I'm connected to the right Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm connected to the right Wi-Fi. Don't worry about it. I just want this to stop. I just want this to stop. You know a secret code to make the game end? What is it? Alt F. Lady, why you busted me? No, if I stop playing this game, I let the game. That's how that works. Listen, I am in a force cave of my own, you see. Yeah, no. Just the worst. I mean, the same could be said for most of this game, but...
Yes, what do you want?
The name's Roy. Roy Temperance. I have a meeting with General Honor Grant. I was told to come here.
Yes, you can enter.
This floor's probably filthy. It's okay, she cleans her feet with technomancy.
Hi. You're expecting me, I think.
I am. Good to meet you.
Really? Mind telling me what you want from me?
I have heard you are being hunted as a renegade. Rest assured, I have no intention of giving you up to the Source.
Yes.
To be perfectly frank, I'll admit I'm not very fond of them. And they feel the same way about me. But I'm high enough up the ranks that they can't do much against me. Or those who work for me.
Ah, I think I'm starting to see what you're getting at.
Alright, listen. I'm trying to understand how they got so powerful. I am worried. So I decided to put together a group of people to find out. You already know Devotion. She's my eyes and sometimes my hand. I'd like you to join her in the group, but I'm sure you have questions.
I have one. You say you never liked technomancers, yet you ask Roy for help.
I know how to tell the difference between the technomancers from the Source and a renegade, girl. And even if you obviously have the same skills and are a bit disturbed, you'll understand that I'm not worried about you betraying me. Neither of you will find the Source and reveal the existence of my little group. And both your skills and knowledge of the enemy will be useful to me. More questions?
I know you're a friend of wisdom. This group kind of looks like treason to me.
You are mistaken. It is, on the contrary, my duty to protect my friend and Dowser from what threatens him. In this case, the Technomancers. I don't know how they've managed to convince him to give them so much power. Just like me, he knows that you are unstable. That's why they didn't have that much power before. But they are gaining strength.
I
and
definitely
have to protect Aurora
care
and
about
Wisdom
these
from
proper
this.
nouns they're throwing at me.
You're in the government, you work with the Technomancers, and you're best friends with your Dowser Wisdom. Why in hell would I join a group under the thumb of corrupt and murdering people, huh?
General, let me make him eat his words.
No, Devotion. It's a good question. I put up with the Technomancers and their madness more than I work with them. As for the murders, I suppose you're referring to the disappearances in the militia. That is their work, not mine.
Just change this
Even if I can't
the
understand the
inside. That's how
reasons.
that works.
And as for the corruption, I think you're mistaken. I'm no saint, but I can say that today I am the only defense left against the Technomancer's coup. You're being hunted, tracked by the Technomancers, as you know. If you have my protection, they'll have to leave you alone.
And devotion? You make her sound like your crony.
The general told you, I am his eyes and hands when there must be killing. He took me in before the war. I was only a child. Since then, I have been showing him my gratitude.
You can trust her as much as me.
Why not help the Resistance if you want to go against the Technomancers? After all, they have pretty much the same goal.
Not really. I know they hate the Technomancers as much
They
as I
want
do,
to change
but they
society.
are idealists, and they want to change society. Power to the people. Allow me to tell you that that is as credible and inoffensive as what we are faced with from your former colleagues. Chaos. And in a few months, an invasion by the neighboring guilds. I did not win the war against Abundant to see my guild devoured so soon after my victory. Those people may have good intentions, but they're dangerous.
I'm sure you understand it's not the kind of decision you make just like that. I need time to
Chaos.
think.
I understand. And I have to admit that I find that reassuring in a way. You do.
Thanks.
Goodbye, Roy. But don't forget, if you have even the slightest feeling for Aurora, I am its last defender.
Why should I care about any of this? Video game, you have not established any of this. You're not allowed to start to throw intrigue into this story where it's literally just you're a lightning wizard.
Tenacity.
I gotta admit, I wouldn't come to say hi if I wasn't getting paid well. A nice electric guy came to ask me to kill him. You know me, I'm real obliging when I get paid.
If you think I'm just gonna let you take me out.
I was kinda hoping you'd give yourself up, actually. 'Cause you see, poor Charity is locked up in there.
You can go fuck yourself. I know how you work. You'll kill her too, whatever happens.
I'm hurt, Roy. Really, I'm hurt. I thought we were friends.
Yeah. Bonk, bonk. Come over here, puppy. Oh. Once again, I need to talk about this game because they're trying so hard to make this weird budget 8-hour Cliff Notes RPG.
Tenacity.
I gotta admit, I wouldn't come to say hi if I wasn't getting paid well. A nice electric guy came to ask me to kill you. And you know me, I'm real obliging when I get paid.
I'm just gonna let you take me out.
I was kinda hoping you'd give yourself up, actually. 'Cause you see, poor Charity is locked up in there.
You can go fuck yourself. I know how you work. You'll kill her too, whatever happens.
I'm hurt, Roy. Really, I'm hurt. I thought we were friends.
Tenacity.
I gotta admit, I wouldn't come to say hi if I wasn't getting paid a buck. A nice electric guy asked me to kill you. And you know me, I'm real obliging when I get paid.
If you think I'm just gonna let you take me out.
I was kinda hoping you'd give yourself up, actually. Cause you see, poor Charity is locked up in there.
You can go fuck yourself. I know how you work. You kill her too, whatever happens.
I'm hurt, Roy. Really, I'm hurt. I thought we were friends.
This is what video games is. You may not like it, but this is peak video games right here. I just watched a friend play some KOTOR 2. And you know what that game doesn't have? Characters named after virtues. Combat's still broken though. Fine, I'll craft some healing items, I guess. Bleh. Look at this game. Forcing me to use its mechanics. How dare it? Fine, I'll just make more guns. Still playing this trash? You mean this treasure?
Tenacity.
I gotta admit, I wouldn't come to say hi if I wasn't getting paid a buck. A nice electric guy came to ask me to kill you. And you know me, I'm real obliging when I get paid.
If you think I'm gonna let you take me out.
And then she hits me with fucking...
Kind of hope you don't give yourself up after that. Because you see, poor Charity is locked up in there.
You can go fuck yourself. I know how you work. You kill her too, whatever happens.
I'm hurt, Roy. Really.
Tenacity.
I gotta admit, I wouldn't come to say hi if I wasn't getting paid a buck. A nice electric guy came to ask me to kill you. And you know me, I'm real obliging when I get paid.
You think I'm just gonna let you take me out.
I was kind of hoping you'd give yourself up, actually. Because you see, poor Charity is locked up in there.
You can go fuck yourself. I know how you work. You kill her too, whatever happens.
I'm hurt, Roy. Really, I'm hurt. I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
Starting to get rusty. I'm too old for this business.
You've known me for ages. Why'd you accept this job?
You know me too. I'm not the kind to do something for sentimental reasons. I was always a bastard. Just ask Charity. I must have had an unhappy childhood. But I'm always practical, and I don't feel like dying just yet. I broke that contract, and even if you decided not to kill me, I would still be in shit.
You got yourself in it on your own.
It's true. Listen,
You really think that after what you just did, I'm gonna
keep dreaming. But you know I won't have a choice anyway. I'll have to stick to you like glue and take part in the fight. Now it's up to you, of course.
He's pretty disgusting and doesn't seem very honest, but I like the way he speaks. He says funny things.
He
Listen
is
to
a
the chick.
strange man.
She walks around half naked and it's like there's a meltdown going on between her ears. You already got a nutcase with you. Why not a bastard?
All right, but I don't really know why I'm doing this. Maybe because I don't want to become a bastard like you. But I swear, if you betray me, you're a dead man.
You're really a great guy, Roy. Gotta say. Let me get my shit together and I'm all yours.
Yay. I have done it. I have defeated tenacity.
And I knew that scumbag when I was a kid. He always was as...
I wasn't about to lose my best.
Don't be so cynical.
Yeah, all right.
Do you ever get the impression?
What do you mean?
All those guys you leave on the ground behind you, you know they get back up. Can you imagine the number of pissed off people who only want to get back at you?
I don't see the point in killing when you don't have to. You're living proof.
I guess I should shut up, right? And all that serum lost. Heroes.
I picked the good alignment.
Come on.
No way.
Hopefully he will be able to take more hits than Mary, which is literally the only purpose of party members.
Hi. Want to see my merchandise?
Hell yeah, I do.
Show me.
Oh, what's that? Nothing? How is my reputation still neutral if I have been making every good boy choice? Answer me that, video game. The shops are pointless. There's no reason to have money.
Roy.
Always.
Of course.
You.
True. Even if
I know Roy likes you.
That's your problem. Listen, while we're on the subject, the kid, Innocence, came by while I was out. He told the bouncer that resisted he'll want you with him. It's a...
You get more money if you're a bad man for all those items you get. I'm of two minds about this. I think this game's fucking terrible. But also, there is something transfixing about it. But also, just in terms of the why is this game?
Right, if you want my opinion, well, I don't guess you give a shit. But that kid you're hanging with, don't know about him.
You're not allowed to tell me this. You're not allowed to tell me
What
this
kind of
game has
stupid
nothing
idea is that?
when
Joining the resistance.
Hey.
we're going to play
Hi, what can
the
I get you?
I'm gonna watch the Dota anime.
Can I see?
As part of our blood pact.
Hey.
All is void.
Hi, what can I get?
I heard the resistance is...
You know, I don't actually follow their every move.
The kid must have thought his parents might be.
Wasn't supposed to overhear their discussion.
All right.
Just... How did we get here? How did we... I think it's because I got his ass.
They're fighting for their ideas, to free people.
Yeah, right. They're just going for suicide.
It's your job to find people. So do it.
I love fighting enemies where the main mechanic is you can't attack them from the back, and then they can just 180 immediately on a dive. That's just quality. I also want to talk to someone, like, this game has mostly positive reviews on Steam. And, like, how much of that is irony? Because let me tell you, most of the people I know who played are full on the irony train. I don't know who you can be talking about. Definitely not the people who voted for it. Although, yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I think Mars Warlogs is, or Bound by Flame is probably still my gold standard for, like, fascinatingly terrible spiders. Because that game actually has a scope, whereas this game is literally 6 hours long. And attempts to do all of the there really isn't anything here that's fascinating. No, it's because it's like a weird ersatz approximation of an RPG. They had $10 and they tried to create a piece of art. Exactly. It fails at everything it tries. But it tries so much. Now you understand. Now you understand. You see beyond the colors of space. And in that beyond, you see... Yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah, no, like, even if this game had a budget, like, fundamentally it is still like, it's just reprehensible. It does not nail, it does not even come close to earning its little edgy.
This world, look how gritty this game is.
Yo man, in the future, in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there's only war. You know what I'm saying, bro? I do want to read that book about the history of Warhammer 40k that someone linked in the Discord at one point. Because that seems cool. I would love to read, like, someone's thesis about how Warhammer 40k is, like, the product of uniquely British despair born out of Thatcherism. That sounds great. That sounds exactly like something I would love to read. I'd believe it. Cutscene me. Huh? Why did it give me that cutscene? What was that? Why was there a cutscene? Good job, Tenacity. You got it. This game was made in... I'm going to look up how long this game was in development. And I want to get to the part, the no doubt inevitable paragraph where it talks about how, like, development was due to not having enough budget. The developers were forced to scale back their vision.
Got one.
Just like making an RPG is hard.
Right.
Oh shit. They got boy child. Oh no, they got innocence.
Innocence! Innocence! Innocence!
Innocence isn't here. We lost him.
Shit, Charity. It was a disaster. The kid was arrested.
I'm sorry, Roy.
You got a lot of good info.
Some young person came here to hide just after. Judy. And there's also someone...
That'd be Devotion.
My poor Roy. You have to decide.
You have to make
You're going to need
a
allies
choice.
if you want to help the boy. And scenes I doubt the Resistance can put up with honor and vice versa. You should go talk to the two.
Oh man, I got a big moral choice I gotta make. Do I side with the Resistance, or do I side with the General? And it's just... It's amazing. Unlocks the best craftable items. I mean, as a member of La Resistance, hashtag resistance, I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing from buying that. I did not get any more crafting recipes. This fucking lying video game. You lied to me. They betray me, and I don't like them anymore. Everyone betray me. You like my Tommy Wiseau impression? It's very good. Kids love The Room. I realize I don't actually care. This message won't ever go away. Oh, thank you for your subscription. Did you know by supporting my channel, you too can get access to the Dubious Wheel emote, as well as ad-free viewing?
I'm happy to see you. Even if Marco doesn't agree,
you helped support this channel. Did you know I got my first Twitch payout finally?
Please, hear me.
It only took like a year and change.
How sorry I am about his arrest. But he wanted to, I think maybe we can help him escape when they did. Marco didn't welcome you right, and he's still suspicious. We'll leave for Green Hope as soon as we free him. We hope we can weaken the
Did you know that even just by following my channel,
those Resistance bastards aren't as stupid as they look. They sent a cute cheerleader to bring you over.
Tenacity, shut up. Judy's one of the leaders of the Resistance.
Yeah. Still, if I were you...
Wait, I forgot
sure
what
I'd buy that line about
I forgot
him.
that I actually changed.
And the Resistance. You know.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Roy.
Anyway, I joined the Resistance because then I wouldn't have to run and side with the General. If you follow this channel, you get the Adol and Dogi emotes. But for some reason, only while you... I think I just need to actually, like, double up the emotes. Because it seems like follow emotes are not subscriber emotes. Anyway. You know what? If Innocence dies a horrible death, that's fine. Innocence died long ago, you know what I'm saying?
There must be a way to stop them. We've got to get him out of there.
Judy,
I agree, Eyeshadow.
We even thought about an all-out attack.
Innocence
Look at
has
that.
lost this days.
Those bastards have a machine gun. They must know we're here.
We can't just stand here.
I gotta
We never
use
thought
my
they'd bring
lightning
out something
magic.
like that. The second we get in the yard, we're dead meat. That's exactly what they're expecting. I'm sorry.
Oh, lend us an ear, boys, lend us an ear to the whispers of dead who've been wronged. Oh, lend us a tear, girls, lend us a tear.
Why is
We're the
he
last to give
singing a
voice
Bali
to their
war song?
The walls of Aurora, like drums stretched before us, we rise to their glorious beat. So pick up your blades and sharpen your courage until they know defeat.
Oh no.
Everyone, please
I've
put
read this
F's in
diary
the
that
chat.
Innocence kept, which Judy's given to me. Everything he went through since he got to camp is in it. Because even if he's dead, a hero and a martyr, the story is far from over. He even wrote whole pages on what I did since he started following Marco. I knew the Resistance had good sources, but I didn't think he'd hear about me helping the craftsman clean out his workshop. Nor that Mary and Tenacity were with me now. In fact, I was a bit embarrassed to realize that I was the hero of the book.
Whoa.
Maybe that's why I feel kind of obliged to keep it going. Because even if he's dead, a hero and a martyr, the story is far from over.
No, I'm pretty sure I only have like an hour left. I'm pretty sure Act 3 of this game is in fact not very long at all. You know what's good? You know what's a game that actually has like a good, interesting choice that has meaningful consequences? Ever think about how like 1/3 of The Witcher 2 is completely different depending on who you pick? Why is the frame rate so bad? Because yeah, then I can
We're
play
here.
Technomancer.
Green Hope. You know, it's not that different from what I've seen in other
'cause
places.
my brother's
the
playing
dusty old
fucking-
hydroponics farm, crumbling under the wind and the war. When you think of everyone who died here for this. What
Rocket
a
League
miserable
on the
place.
same internet
The name
account,
hardly
and that's
reflects its
why
condition.
Yeah.
the stream's
it's
a
pretty
little
sad.
juddery.
Lots of people died here, taking it or defending it. It was a real slaughterhouse. But we can't stay here. Marco's
Oh,
waiting for us in
you
the
side
eastern
with
part of
Roche,
the town.
huh?
We have to move.
I mean, that is the kind of person you are. Broche. More like broche. Oh darn, we missed the side quest about the coin killer. And now Tenacity's gone. You're right. I mean, yeah, Eorver he's an asshole. And like a terrorist and a murderer. But, you know, who isn't? I need to play The Witcher 2.
The access looks blocked for the moment.
We should play The Witcher 2. I mean, we're not going to, because Witcher 2 is like a beloved game that people have heard of. See, I'm gonna set it to hard and then regret it. That's how I live my life. I did not hit. I actually did play Witcher 3 on whatever the, yeah. Anyone who supports Dijkstra.
Fucking slackers! They should never be left wandering around the village anyway.
Just
Gotta leash train them.
Monsters.
Stealing our stocks. Maybe we should.
Hey, a new face.
Show me.
With pleasure.
Yep, see how poorly. What? It's just. The Witcher treat women poorly.
We should just make an example.
Are you telling me a series where every female, like even the good female characters, are confining, manipulative witches? Except for Ciri. Ciri's great. Because she's your daughter Rue. thus you must protect her because sad
You're
dad.
not a farmer.
True. That a problem?
Not at all. Take.
What's...
Since I've been here, things have been getting... So, we're short of everything.
It's pretty...
Thank you.
Where's the field?
I'll mark it on your
Well,
map
what if
if
Shawnee?
you like. There.
Okay, Shawnee.
I got it.
Uh-huh. Shawnee's pretty great.
Fucking
slackers.
Yeah.
They should never be left wandering around the village
becoming
anyway.
a regular thing with what?
Leash train.
What's wrong?
They found a dead kid in the village. Pretty girl. It looked like a relic. But some guy...
I get the feeling I've heard...
Well, apart from... Keeps to...
I heard about...
Find him, Marcel. Hi.
Sorry.
What's...
Those bloody mutants stole. They deserve to get...
Like...
That... But...
Who else sucks ass? The
Roy,
Witcher 1?
I'll do...
I think The Witcher 1 has... It might be because I'm playing this, a bad video game, but The Witcher 1 is like... It's still got plenty of Eurojank charm. Also, you connect naked trading cards. Every single woman you bone, you get a naked trading card of her, and they censored those in the original US version. It's not just because of the sex cards. Is it the weird bootleg chunked together version of the Aurora engine that it's running on? Is it that's a big mole. By golly, it doesn't feel good to play in 2021. It didn't feel good to play when I played it 10 years ago. To be fair. To be fair. It was never a good feeling game. You have the gear and you have the potions, and you rhythmically click that mouse. Crafting is so expensive. Holy shit. Why would you ever craft explosives? Oh yeah, no. But yes, no, it's a bad combat system. I understand and acknowledge this. But I'm saying that game still has, like, charm and merit. Oh, I love Mars War Dogs. Let's talk about Warhounds units. How do we feel about Warhounds in Total War? Joke's on you, you can't get here. Yeah, Warhounds are good against archers and skirmishers and chasing down retreating units. But for some factions, that's real important. Vampire counts. Definitely appreciate having early game mobility. And so does Vampire Coast. Anyway, these guys just hanging out, just being like, yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like The Witcher 3, I mean, enough has been said about Okay, now we're just fighting. Not that even though I think vampire counts are maybe one of the most fun factions in the game. I just think vampire counts need better starting positions. Vampire Coast also has the lore of vampires, though. And you can set up musket lines. And yeah, Lore of the Deep is kind of... I mean, it's fine because it's a Lore of Magic. It's a Lore of Magic that, you know, plays to their strengths as a faction, which, hey, that's... I mean, I would say no to that because there's not a huge difference between starting as Sylvania and starting as von Karnstein. And I wish there was.
So, any news?
Yeah.
Thanks.
And also, yeah, then there's the messy part where the vampire counts, they have an issue where their generic lords are all terrible except for because they added the bloodline vampire lords. And okay, but what if your army was comprised of zombies with guns?
Didn't I go to camp?
How do you know that?
We know because we had many die. We are proud to.
What are you talking?
You must speak to.
All right, no. I'm going.
How can we help the man?
That dude looks cool.
Where are you?
Yes, the one, but we regret. Here we die of...
What do you...
We had...
I think...
Oh, no.
Gotta go. Where did you put what you stole?
The mutants must eat too. Like the men. They have enough to eat.
Explain.
The men were given. They also risk. The mutants must.
Okay. Maybe
We.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I'll probably have to tell them that I punished you too, but you'll have to play along.
This.
Yes?
Many of us are. May the man forget.
Well, just tell me about it.
If the man.
I'll see what I can...
Thank you.
Yeah, there are side quests in this area. Found the medication. I solved the problem.
I, took care of your problem.
Really?
Sorry, I couldn't get the food back.
Oh, shit.
You still got enough to...
All the same. Those filthy...
Done deal. I took care of it. It won't do...
When do I get a positive karma? Is the game literally... Is there any way to actually get a reputation high enough? Yeah, innocence is dead, so never. You're right. I let the kid die. Mud. And then just like A++, most boring skills in the world. way, Vampire Coast is still my second favorite faction in the game. Just they got fun start positions. They are a ranged heavy cheese faction. They're fucking vampire pirates.
There is the man again. Do you have?
Yeah, but here, keep it to yourselves. If anyone's...
Of course, the man is...
Thank you. I lied to the villagers. You're not...
Thank you.
I have to.
I don't care about expositing at this point. They're just a little bit of everything faction. They got good magic. Maybe I will.
Sir?
Not that I...
It's just that I wanted to start work.
And you think that...
Well, that's what I thought.
I understand.
Thank you.
I gotta go.
Yeah, more moles. How do we make this last? More moles. I mean, I like a good Winds of Death cast as much as the next guy. But it costs 20 Winds of Magic. The real Winds of Death was the 20 Winds of Magic it cost to cast Winds of Death.
What are you doing here?
I'm a farm worker.
Well, hey, and I'm the dowser.
No, I mean...
You listen real carefully, farm worker. You're gonna stop all this bullshit and get the hell out of here fast if you don't want me to take a personal interest in your case.
How?
Let's just say that if you don't feel like becoming fertilizer...
Yes?
So get...
Yeah. I don't even want a theory craft about what they're gonna do when...
But that's it? You seem pretty sad. Come on,
Wasn't the moles. Some shit.
Shit, some guy?
I just said he won't...
It is. I'm...
I do like what they've revealed for the Game 3 campaign mechanics.
Hey, you're back.
Sure.
With...
Alright, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of ammo. I mean, the advantage of dwarfs is that at least they have spell resistance. Okay, so if one nail gun ammo costs... Okay, so if I buy nothing but hardware, I can actually... like, I guess one of the things that they had in the some of those pre-release like footage they gave to influencers, like all the fights. I guess there's a Sneech versus Korn one that I haven't seen all the way through. And I feel like that's an interesting matchup because all of Korn's units have spell resistance. And Game 3 has changed the way magic damage works. And magic resistance. problem. But also, it's like 3 months away. Oh, I love it. I love leaving a door and getting stun locked. Oh, right. I forgot that. Does the Technomancer directly reference this game? Does it also take place on Mars? Because I'm not going to play the Technomancer anytime soon. Okay. I love that they made a sequel to this game. Same. Okay. Great. Great. You know, my favorite factions are the one is like Greedfall, where the two major, like you got the religious zealots who are just like clearly the Spanish, but definitely not the Spanish, and then you have what are basically the Ottomans. And you're like, wow, how do I choose between these two horrible, unethical? Oh, cool. I'm glad to know that combat... I mean, there's an art to Eurojank finagling action combat. But the difference is, I think people like the... People will say, hey, you know, part of the fun of Gothic is figuring out a build where you can barely scratch by. It doesn't even have iframes. I got very good at doing the spot dodge in Bound by Flame, though. And so if you can get very good at spot dodging, then eventually... eventually you just spend the entire game doing that stupid slow-mo crit animation before every single attack. It's just good video games. It's just peak video games.
Hey, Roy. I heard about the kid.
Dude, you are fucking T-posing right now.
Roy, I want...
Thanks, Mary. Come with me.
It would be a Roy, can I do...
You still...
I think you had already left.
How did you end up...
My master at the I found myself on a battlefield.
in the air? You must have it.
Right. I was called Mercy, but the name no longer... He's the one who called me Mary.
I understand.
How am I enjoying my disgusting romance with this young girl who is, like, constantly portrayed as being mentally unstable and runs around in rags?
Why not talk?
I was afraid you'd abandon me to the source.
Listen, I'm sorry, Mary. I know some girl. How did you...
I found...
Go on.
I was so afraid. I felt... And then their officer showed up. I know that he had to fight to keep...
Let's get back. Have you already come here to Green Hope?
No, never. I heard about it, of course. The battles here were so big. Abundance didn't...
I want to tell... No.
Hey, Roy. You need me?
And, like...
Come on.
No way.
The way this game introduces new party members literally in the last act of the game.
Well, I was expecting a technomancer, and here we have Judy has vouched for you, Roy. She thinks that with your help, we can save the kid. I heard he died despite everything. I know you were close. I imagine that gives you a good reason to fight on our side. Revenge is a powerful force. Regardless, we've got work here.
Here? Really? There are two of our people who look like they're keeping an eye on something, but what?
As you know, we are mainly trying to counter the technomancers. But they said a large group came here and seemed real excited. We can't let them have it, so we're going to
It's a pretty simple approach. Later.
In Francais, France animate you. Exactly. I mean, I feel like the Technomancer... The thing I heard about the Technomancer was that it was not even funny bad. But, you know... I'm just astounded that Greedfall is, like, a totally decent Eurojank B game. Whose greatest sin is just being kind of dull. Greedfall also is their first game that seems like it has an actual budget. How much have they shown of Steel Rising? I don't know. All I know is French Revolution robots. And that's really all you need, I think. Wait, I have Chain Lightning out. Listen, man. Sometimes you gotta do your bootleg Trent Reznor. And sometimes you gotta do your beats having said that, the soundtrack for
Door's locked. Someone must have the key.
Soundtrack for Quake is actually real good in terms of just being this oppressive ambient nightmare. Quake is very good, turns out, still. Should you play Gray Matter? Which one's Gray Matter? Is that an adventure game? Do I have to pull out the spray bottle again? Oh. Oh. Go get him. Also, I need to play Vampire. Speaking of Eurojank. I mean, I heard that once, like, after she got out of video games, or like after Sierra kind of fell apart, I'm to understand Jane Jensen did pretty well for herself writing erotic romance novels. Which, hey. Get yours. Going from... I think once we play Quest for Glory, we should just spend a lot of time talking about, like, very specifically the way Sierra was kind of the top of video games for a hot minute. Just like 80s through early 90s. Stop you from making the choices you make. I don't know what I'm gonna do for my next stream game. Because I mean, I know that I'm gonna be doing going to be doing Hunt at the Demon's Forge for Extra Life this weekend, this Friday, November 19th. You too can watch me and my friend Joku affable Canadian man who also enjoys pain play through Gears of a game that was dubbed by its developers Gears of Warcraft. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a bad time. Very useful party members. I think you should, yeah, I think you could play Atlantis too. I don't think you should revisit that first game. Like, say what I will about Cryo Interactive, they clearly were successful right up until they weren't. I just think it's great that all the loot in this game is just meaningless crafting materials, and that even meaningful loot feels so sparse that it barely feels meaningful at all. That's what we call GGD, or good game design. Oh! Oh, good. I love encumbrance. But I do think we need more developers like Spiders who are just better at their job. Just better at that mid-budget Euro game. I was watching, yeah. Oh, what's the news? What's the breaking news?
So, how's the job going? Did you find the gas line and the valve?
Yes, the site's been destroyed.
Perfect. I have to admit, we have to get together with other members of the Resistance.
All right.
It's breaking news. I need to know. Frank Herbert's Dune might be under 6 hours long. Oh. You're not gonna play that. You're gonna play like Broken Sword or Gabriel Knight or something next. Oh no. It's the cops. Better zap them.
Don't move. You're all under arrest.
Shit! Someone talked! Get out of here!
see, I have to use Shockwave to disrupt them with their shields. That's game design. Yeah.
Holy shit.
We were lucky. If there'd been more of them, I couldn't have done it.
It will. Listen, this...
And how do you figure on finding out who the...
It must lead to the Technomancer's HQ. Find them and we'll get some payback on the bastard who sold us out.
All right.
Thanks, Roll.
Thanks for what? Oh man, there's a traitor. We gotta fight him. I mean, how can you say no? Yeah, as someone who played through all of Resident Evil 6 this year, I would not recommend doing that for a charity stream. There are so many more delightful things you can do. Dead Space 3. Yes, we created this perfunctory stealth system and then set up enemies in such a way that you can't use it. Yes. Play more Draken? No. You have a sickness. Even M hasn't been playing more Draken. And she's somehow gotten further than all of us. Because, yeah, here's the fun part, is that friend of the site and friend of the Deep Listens network of podcasts, M, aka Estrella, Lady of Stars, has gotten further in Draken than the rest of us ever did. And I think that's very funny. Oh, Idea Factory is having a sale. Wow, by golly. You mean the one developer I have specifically called out by name as not wanting to feature or play any of their games for any streams for any reason? Did you know that the Senran Kagura Neptunia crossover is apparently like this thinly veiled xenophobic thing about fighting Western video games? Because of course it is. I Divine Cybermancy is just I don't like I Divine Cybermancy, and I know that makes me a heretic, given my love of ambitious but broken things. And I think my biggest problem with I is that I never have any... I own Elex. Yeah, that game seems like the game I would love most. But see, the problem with I is that it doesn't explain itself, and it never... It doesn't explain itself, and it never, ever gives you feedback to know if anything you're doing... Oh, come on. The other thing that rubs me the wrong way for I specifically is just the way enemies respond constantly. Which is a problem I have with, like... For what it's worth, I think Necromunda Hired Gun is, like, the best game they've made. Even if it doesn't go as full nut crazy as I does. But yeah, no, I played a decent amount of I co-op fairly recently, this year. And I just feel like that game is just a fever dream. Even when you are playing it correctly, it never feels like you are playing it correctly. What would be my I just want to see the world burn pick for the podcast? Okay, my immediate answer is Omega Labyrinth Life. But I feel like that's more of a ZP pick, honestly. I think it would probably be like maybe Bound by Flame, honestly. Maybe, what's a game that I fucking hate? What is, like, a thing that would make me miserable? Other than aforementioned Idea Factory. These are the same. They cost... Gloomhaven's fine. Like, what about Gloomhaven is I want to see the world burned material? Because my immediate answer was, what about the Mystery Dungeon game where increasing your character's levels make their boobs bigger? Because see, I see that and I'm like, see, that's funny. Because I'm not super fond of Mystery Dungeon as a genre. Okay, I'm gonna push back against this. I don't think Gloomhaven is inscrutable at all. If you have played Dungeons and Dragons combat, you know how to play Gloomhaven. I think my actual problem with Gloomhaven is that it is literally nothing but bespoke combat scenarios. Yeah, Pathfinder has broken me. I'm not afraid to admit that. Also, Pathfinder's my favorite game of this last year. Oh yeah, your pick continues to be Borderlands 2. Fucking monster. You want Jeff and I to disown you? Just want to play the video game equivalent. Here's the thing. I don't even think Borderlands is a bad game. I just think it is such a pure, like, a known quantity and such a game of its time. And also, the writing makes me mad. And the shooting is not great. You keep saying that. The only thing I think is that Tiny Tina is at least good because it's why Ashley Birch is now Ashley Birch was on Mythic Quest. She is a talented voice actress and actress, and I think it's great she's getting work. I don't even like Horizon Zero Dawn that much, but her performance is not a bad. Her performance in that game is quite good. Even though, like, Aloy's entire character is just expressing wry bemusement, because you're like, I got a scouter, and that's how I know that your foolish tribal traditions are in fact actually nanomachines or whatever. Just some real young adult novel energy.
So the work just stopped like that.
A group of terrorists sabotaged the excavation.
Nanomachines, son.
We hit them hard, but unfortunately it'll take a long time to repair the damage.
You think I'm going to wait long? You've got everything you wanted. It's time to show
the hardest
results.
RPG. Okay.
The incident at the site won't stop us continuing our experiments at the Shadow Line. Things are moving along.
I hope so, for your sake. Or believe.
I mean, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest is pretty hard. But, yeah. The other two campaigns in that game are not that hard. Just bad or annoying. We should play Wizardry 4. I would love to play Wizardry 4. That game sounds like a nightmare, but it's trying weird shit. We should play a Front Mission game. I own Front Mission 3. almost bought a copy of Front Mission 4 for like $2. I should have, but it was disc only.
Let's see. Looks like a list of names. Probably the one the Technomancer was talking about earlier.
Ah, yes, Jerry, that character I care about. The other fun thing about Front Mission 3 is it's actually 2 campaigns in one. Based literally on, do you decide to go to the mall with your friend or not? I think more video games should be like that. Wow, what a bounty! Gold, gold, I say. Wow, more hardware. That means I can craft more nails for my nail gun. Alright, we know that Jerry is the... Hey, Nox is cool. The weird thing about Nox is just that it's barely an RPG. And it's just kind of way more Gauntlet than anything else. Like, Nox is not a game with loot, per se.
So, any news? Did you find anything out?
Yeah, I got into the Technomancer's office. They're threatening to torture them.
Oh my goodness.
Jerry.
It's the other named character.
You heard what Roy said.
There's always a choice.
He put our lives at risk.
You're wrong, Roy. If we let traitors... So long, Jerry.
So long, Jerry.
The documents I found indicate where his family's being held. I heard the Dowser talking about it. At least it's the same place.
Play Darklands, you cowards.
Experiments the Technomancers
yeah.
You mean they're experimenting on prisoners?
Yeah.
Those fucking monsters.
Yeah, it's... Later.
Is this the end of the game? I just want to point out that my reputation is still neutral. I don't think the trait that gives...
Hey, please!
We should play Darklands.
Get us out of here. They're doing terrible things. Help us. We haven't done anything to...
Calm down.
A technomancer, of course.
Shit, I've seen bad stuff in my life, but...
I'll be back.
Remember Red Faction Guerrilla? Yeah. I sure do. I never played it, but I own it. And then they made Red Faction Armageddon and said... I'll give it this. Red Faction 2 was real bad.
Look at that. The drilling worm isn't properly tied up.
What? There's just a drilling worm? Buddy, when you tell me about your drilling worm, I'm assuming you're talking about something else, not a literal sandworm straight out of Frank Herbert's Dune. Or Dunk, as the kids call it, I believe. What? Disappointing. You know, Mars. And now every time someone mentions Mars, I'm like, oh, The Expanse. I should watch The Expanse. And then I don't. Oh, cool. Oh shit, it's the boss.
What are you doing here? You have any idea how important the research you're interfering with is?
Research based on the horrible experiments carried.
I recognize you now. You were at the source when I was a child. Still so sure you're on the right side, huh? That you're always right? Still so full of yourself over your abilities, I guess.
Look at me. Wow. I love the greatest enemies of all. Nameless Technomancer. Instead of doing that, you fight the worm. I love video games. Is this the boss? To play video game. Oh, very cool. This is the worst video game. Killed a giant worm. I am Muad'Dib. What? Impossible! How could you have survived? And then Tenacity is just hanging out right there.
Just us now.
what's a good game with a giant worm? Gears of War 2. That's a good game. Go inside the giant worm, you kill it from the inside. Free now. Yeah.
Do you have the key?
Here.
Thank you.
You...
There was this guy who was part of it.
No.
He said all kinds of strange things. About a deal with a bun.
What?
He spoke to someone called Marco. He said he succeeded. That a bun.
Well, hey, the perfect rebel who sticks a knife in his guild's back. That guy...
What? There's some sort of double cross?
Hey, you're back. With
Because the alternative is that the alternative is I have to pick this game up for another day instead of, say, going back to a good game as someone who was having a genuinely good time with Soul Reaver. Which we will be getting back to. Although this week might be light on streams because I just have to get a bunch of shit done before Extra Life and before Thanksgiving. We'll see. Also, spoilers for the podcast, but I might need to start at least checking out what we're going to be playing next because we picked a doozy.
So, did you get to the...
Yeah, I found them, and...
After what we've just done,
You want to leave soon, right? You wouldn't...
What?
One of the prisoners heard about your alliance from some dying guy. The former...
Don't you see? It was the only way to weaken and disperse the Technomancers enough so we could hope to defeat them. Abundance is ready to support the government we'll be setting up.
At the expense of Green Hope, which has already cost Aurora a lot of blood.
What does that matter now? Aurora...
And you really believe Abundance's promises? Don't you think the only thing there...
Maybe. But once we have... Then we'll be stronger than ever, and Abundance won't be able to do a thing against us.
If we let traitors off the hook, it'll mean the death of the Resistance, remember?
It's not treason. I did it for the good of the Resistance.
So long, Mark.
I never would have believed
I'm the Resistance now.
I think he really wanted...
Maybe, but he landed us in a pile of shit. The Technomancers were hit hard.
Well, go then.
I'd like to
I have to admit I'm having trouble...
We're finally leaving Green Hope, fleeing before Abundance gets here, after shedding light on the activities of the Technomancers and weakening them. Not only did we sabotage their excavation site, but we also discovered the inhuman experiments they were carrying out on the defiant citizens of Aurora. We've won enough here for now, and hope they'll fall, along with the dowser that's backing them, so they'll have to confront their madness. I was even able to give the mutants here a hand. It may seem almost trivial, but it's still good news.
Wait, is this the end of the video game?
Especially as I have lots of regrets. I would really have liked things to have turned out differently. I wish Marco hadn't betrayed us, that I hadn't had to kill him, that Green Hope had stayed ours. But we have to go on to the next chapter and keep moving forward. That old rascal Tenacity is with me. It'll be good to have his practicality and effectiveness in this march on the Source. Because the Tyrant will be well protected, and it's time we settled a few scores.
This is a bad video game. Fascinating.
There! Kill him!
Intriguing. I didn't want to take my weird slave girlfriend, I'm sorry. I wanted to bring my character whose entire personality is literally rugged, amoral bounty hunter. I do it for the money.
So, that's the Source. All this...
This takes me way back, Judy, and I only...
It doesn't matter. We have to be careful.
I'm not worried.
So he who has no fear has nothing to lose.
Embrace problematic waifu.
I ask myself sometimes.
After the insanity of the Technomancers,
there's no cause more...
Gonna fight for freedom. Darn, I didn't find the coin killer. And now I failed the sub quest with Mary. Listen, man, I'm saying I'm a trash goblin, but where I draw the line is like weird slave shit and weird minor shit, and the part where she's like clearly super young. Like the entire... She crosses all of my lines. I don't need to hide these bodies, actually. Oh yeah, I need to stop this character whom I have never seen and has only been referenced in passing.
Finally, we'll be able to make the man face up to his nonsense. All this time, I hope he squeals.
Sorry, Tenacity.
Why? You gonna sneak off? You can't just do what you want in there.
I make my own decision.
Wait, why? Okay, anyway. He's already dead!
What the? But you killed him. Why?
Wisdom was my friend. He was the leader of Aurora. I could not let him be dragged in front of an angry mob. Let the people judge him. You were going to debase Aurora in the eyes of the other guilds if you humiliated its dowser. I couldn't allow
Plebeians.
You're completely wrong about us. Yes.
Your beautiful ideas are naive and dangerous, girl. And I was sure you wouldn't understand. But I'm ready to answer for my actions.
You will be judged for this murder as well as for your involvement in a corrupt government. You will have to answer for many things.
This could be a prequel. What if the Technomancer is a prequel to Mars War Logs?
You think he'll just stand?
I'm not like him. I can't kill just because it suits me.
You're right.
I guess I have to thank you for your mercy.
You should thank him. He shares those dangerous, naive ideals that you fear.
Okay, lady who
Roy
I have
has a
literally
strength of
talked to
conviction
once.
that you do not. I'll leave you to your pragmatism.
Is this the end of the game? Roy is such a cool dude. He's such an original character. Do not steal. I realize. What?
So, in the name of the resistance and right ideas, of freedom for the people, I've committed sabotage, spied, even killed. Including one of their leaders who thought he was doing good and committed betrayal for the benefit of abundance. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Thanks to our actions, the Technomancers are now under constant resistance surveillance. Their dreams of power are at an end, this time. It was suggested I command them, but I don't like the idea of holding all these people on a leash like I was. Mary has joined their group.
Yep.
I think she felt lost without chains, but maybe one day, even though she's eccentric, she'll be leading them. Tenacity has decided to hunt for the Resistance. He's looking for traitors. Everyone's suspected of participating in all the horrible things. That'll probably lead to a real cleansing. Judy hates the idea, but she can't stop the people
final
from
act is
holding
always
grudges.
rushed as hell.
Aurora will have to set up a new government. I hope,
Bound
of
by
course,
Flame
that
is
it'll be less
real.
corrupt, but I'm not dreaming.
It's a real nothing.
There will always be tyrants ready to take over the guild.
It's a real nothing of a video game. I'm gonna turn up my mic gain a little bit. I feel like I'm a little quiet. Anyway,
she did, of course, ask for my help, but to be honest, I'm not sure I belong among them.
I'm
I'll
a
be staying
cool
here for a while
renegade.
regardless, just to see how
I'm a
things pan out,
roguegade.
because I know the conflict is far from over. Abundance will not give up so easily. The death of our Dowser and the recovery of Green Hope will give them the hope that they can crush us. And even if we still have
you
a war
are explaining
hero,
a lot
he'll
of
soon be appearing
things
before a court
that
he's let off. I fear he'll be the leading opponent of the new government. Anyway, for the moment, life goes on, and Aurora can now dream of a better future. One that Innocence, who sacrificed himself for this dream, will never know.
Okay. Sure. My favorite. I defeated it.
And so I write the final words of the war log of Innocent Smith to give it a proper ending. Farewell, kid.
Fuck off! What the fuck? Get fucked. I hate this. Jean Rousseau. No, we're gonna watch these credits. I want, okay, literally 6 programmers. 9 programmers total. We got it on in time, just in time for the Mars War logs. I hate this video game. Two people testing. Hey, I got nothing against the 5 animators. Yeah. Like, they had a dream. They said, we want to make an RPG. We have $5. What kind of RPG will that get us? Also, all of these names are French. Every single one of these names is French. No Anglo-Saxon touched this game, apparently. What is this? Are these like mocaps? Did they like do some weird face capture stuff? Well, at the very least, friends, you have my extra live stream this Friday. Yeah, time well spent. That was 6 hours of my life I will never get back. Speaking of time in my life I'll never get back, this Friday, November 19th, Joku and I will be playing Hunt at the Demon's Forge cooperatively using a questionable Hamachi connection to play this weird third-person Gears of War but with Elf and Xena Warrior Princess is there. Am I gonna drink the juice or resist? Gonna resist. We gotta get the good ending, obviously. Obviously, we gotta get the good ending. We're gamers over here. But thank you everyone for watching me play Mars Warlogs. Now I can play more Soul Reaver. So look forward to that. Also look forward to Duke Nukem Forever this week, because we're doing that. We're doing Duke Nukem Forever. Yeah, I'm gonna do a write-up on this, and this is gonna get a 5 out of 5, because this game is, yeah. Soul Reaver seems off-brand considering the rest of this game. Listen, I'm allowed to have a good time sometimes, okay? I want to push blocks and listen to professional voice actors say lines with conviction and passion. And I want these vampires to soliloquize about the nature of fate. It's good shit. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.